All right, welcome back to Late Night Gaming. My name is Rachel, and today we are going to be continuing Killer Frequency. In our last episode, we saved Murphy from a burning building with the help of Peggy's friend Catherine, and then we also helped most of a group of teens escape. We did have one death, unfortunately. I made a mistake, a costly mistake. So she is dead. Rip Tammy. She had the worst poker face, even though she would have most likely gotten an Oscar later on in life. So with that, we are going to call Peggy.
Let's get going, Peggy.
Alrighty, we could run another segment or... Scratch that, Forrest. We have a caller.
We have a caller.
You're through to 189.16, The Scream. What's your emergency?
Hello again, Forrest. Oh, that call with the teens was awful. Those poor kids. Still, I'm glad the girl didn't get hurt.
Thanks for your concern. Are you in trouble? What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you again to play my song, Forrest. You said you were gonna play it, but you didn't.
Your name was Dawn, right?
What, Peggy? Yes. Oh, well remembered. My name is Dawn, and I wanted to ask you again to play my tune, Forrest. Long Ride Home? You know, the one that Peggy said she threw outside the window?
You must love it.
You must really love that song. If you're calling up to ask for it when you know we don't have it.
Well, I do love it. And I don't want to argue, but you do have it. It's just outside the window.
There's a serial killer on the loose. I can't just go outside hunting for a record.
I'm really sorry, Dawn, but we just can't get it right now.
But wasn't the Whistling Man just at the old murder house? That's miles from the station. It won't take you a second to grab it.
He's fast.
Don, I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's something unnatural about this freak. He's fast. I'm not risking it.
Oh, but I think you will. Forrest? Peggy, I'm calling with more than a request. I know something. I think I know who's gonna be next.
What?
Are you serious?
Play my song, Forrest, and you'll find out.
Well, folks, here's some music for you while I think things over. You're gonna love this next track. Is she serious, Peggy?
She's serious about hearing that song, that's for sure.
Peggy, I mean, is she serious about...
I don't know,
Does she know
Forrest, but
Clive?
we don't really have a choice, do we? If she's telling the truth...
Alright.
All right, I'll do it.
You're a
Is
good
this
man,
the
Forrest.
intro scene
I'll
that we
slide you the key to
played?
the fire door.
Wait. Our fire door has to be unlocked?
Yeah, you know, I never thought about it, but yeah. We should talk to Reggie about that later.
Did you hear that?
Anyway, I'll hold the fort down while you're out. Maybe I'll even get a caller. That could be exciting. 189.16, The Scream. With me, Peggy.
Alright, Peggy. Don't get too excited now. Thank you. Is this not our fire door? Oh, that's a roof door. Where's the fire door? Is it back here? How come all these doors keep closing?
You know, I hope she'll be happy when I'm brutally murdered by the Whistling Man. Out here, in the open, alone.
Where's this record?
Here it is. Long ride home.
Why aren't we running? We're crouching, but we're not running. Wait, is this? No. Yes, this is where we need to go in at.
Of course. It locks behind me. And of course the key doesn't work on this side. Fantastic.
Forrest?
Maybe there's another way back in through the basement. A door, elevator, or something.
Forrest, are you telling me you didn't see the man in the mask over in the alleyway? Is that what I'm assuming right now? There's a lot of mouse traps everywhere. What about here? Oh. Let me get in here. What the fuck?
Looks like I'm gonna have to hunt around for some new fuses.
Great. Here's a fuse. Do they have to be green? I know where the other one is. It's over by the mousetrap. Why can't we run? That is what I'm asking right now.
Bingo!
Bingo, bango, bongo. What did that do? Oh.
I could probably survive that fall.
Are we not going to close the door? Are we not going to close the door?
Janitor's closet. What did Peggy say his name was? Clive?
No comment?
What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
We're gonna get... Dude, this is getting a little bit spooky. Hold on, I want to take one last look at this. So, is there nothing we can take from here? Oh. Oh, a key!
Huh, there's a key. I'll just take that. Might be important.
I want the bottom drawer. Power. Keith Walker. Chuck Brody. Former Gallows High School captain Chuck Brody suffered a career-ending injury as a victim of the festival disaster late last year. To help him on his road to recovery, we are buying him some lottery tickets. Hopefully he gets lucky and can get back on his feet, pun not intended. Drop tickets in the bucket below, thanks. Big wheel breaks free, 15 injured, who is to blame? Wow. Crime syndicate impounded. The 2-year investigation into the festival accident. So are these all people that are on... Yeah. So is there a Clive on here? No. I'm keeping this with me. Oh, it goes right back up there. Never mind, I didn't want it anyway. It was just a stupid clue. Are we seriously not gonna...
I wonder how the show's going.
She's probably dead. Peggy, are you alive?
Isn't that such a good song, folks? And now for... Jesus, Forrest, you've been gone for ages. I thought something had happened.
Something did happen. Clive, the janitor, might be Clive, the murderer.
What?
I'll start from the beginning. The fire door locked behind me, so...
2:40 a.m.
Why did you heave that thing all the way up here?
Because the basement's creepy as hell, and I don't like standing around down there.
Fair. All right, let's run through this again.
Heave what?
We have a creepy board you found in a creepy basement made by our creepy janitor, who you think is the creepy whistling man.
Yep.
And on the creepy board are the names Chuck Brody, Kim Walker, Rebecca Allen, and Aunt Williams.
Correct.
And you think one of these people will be the whistling man's, Clive's, next target.
That's right. And we've got to find him.
You said there are 4 locations listed there too? The hospital, the power station, the gas station, and the trailer park. Clive must think the target is at one of those locations. Forrest, you're gonna have to figure out if any of the potential targets are at one of these locations tonight. Hit the button if you need any help.
Okay, so... Chuck Brody. What does he become? The Athletics Club. So this must be him. Is this you, Chuck? Trailer for sale, cheap. I'm sick of being a local celebrity. People are so mean to me. I only stole a few cars. Who cares? Buy a new one. I'm selling my trailer and leaving town ASAP. I just want to get out of here. Just please buy it. Quiet Ridge Health and Safety Convention. Do you care about health and safety? Good. Then come on down to the yearly convention. Get started in a career in health and safety advising. The lead engineer responsible for the Gallows Creek Harvest Festival disaster in 1972. They say you learn from your mistakes. Well, I turned mine into a career. It's probably the engineer. Sheriff Matthews warned citizens to look out for suspicious behavior after multiple car thefts. "24-hour gas station bought by local ex-lottery winner. Christine's Gas and Repair has been sold to a man who won the lottery 14 years ago. The new owner claims it will keep me busy on an evening. He has asked to remain anonymous." Huh. Infamous author of tell-all book Diary of a Car Thief moves out of Gallows Creek for a new life in the big city. She stole our cars and then she stole our time and money. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. Where was it? So Rebecca Allen is the car thief. Who's Peter Stein? Oh, he's not on there. Crime Syndicate impounded. A 2-year investigation into the festival accident has concluded. Investigators blame 2 engineers that were contracted in from the local power station. Lead engineer Ant Williams and junior engineer Sean Everett were distracted talking about horror movies while assembling the big wheel, which led to various construction mistakes. They have been ordered to do community service for a total... Yeah, okay. I don't think there's anything on the backs of these. The deceased have been identified as Gallows Creek locals Mr. D. Rudd, Mr. M. Houghton, Mr. P. Stein, Mrs. K. Stein, and Miss J. Mildred. So Kim is dead along with her husband, so she's out. Gallows Creek Harvest Festival closed early this year after tragedy struck only hours after opening. I personally think our next victim... Oh, he was part of the car club. No, she was... No. Hold on. So I think Ant Williams might be our next... I think he's at the power station.
How's it going?
Let's just see. I could use some help.
It's not going well. I could use some help.
Okay, let's review the basics. We need to work out who the next target is. There's 4 locations, right? And 4 people. We need to figure out if anyone is at any of the 4 locations tonight. And if they are, we can call them and warn them. There must be some connections between the notes.
That makes sense.
Great. Need any more help?
I'm good now. Thanks, Peggy.
No problem.
Yeah, I already got that. Okay, I think it's Ant Williams. I think Chuck Brody left.
How's it going?
I'm ready, Peggy.
Are you sure? We've only got one shot at this.
I'm sure. Let's do this.
Okay, name first. Who do you think the target is?
I think it's Ant Williams.
Ant Williams.
And where will I find them?
I think the power station.
The power station.
Okay, I'm dialing. One moment.
Please, I hope I'm right.
Forrest, I'm through to the power plant, but they say there isn't anyone by that name there.
What? Then who? Jeez!
sounds like something blew up.
He's using bombs now?
Oh my god. The call board. One moment. Forrest, I'm getting so many calls. Just let me... I'm gonna take us off air for a moment.
Peggy, what's happening in there? Peggy!
I'm back. He blew up the gas station, Forrest.
Okay.
I spoke to the fire department and the hospital. The fire department is useless now, as you know. And, the hospital's only ambulance was at the gas station. Forrest, you've got to say something on the radio. You have to tell the town. I'm putting us back on air.
So I was wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, who bought the gas station then?
I don't know how to tell you this, but, the gas station's been bombed.
Please, everyone, stay safe, stay inside, and... Oh, just bring us into some music, Forrest.
Here's some
Dude,
music
let's
while
blow
we
this up.
regroup here on KFAM 189.16, The Stream.
That is so low. I can't believe I got it wrong. Well, no. Where's the gas station
There's
one?
gotta be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him. Stop the killings before they can happen. Forrest, we need to go back down.
By we, you mean me, right?
Yep. Like I said, I need to handle all these calls. Maybe start with that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before. I still have a lot of questions about those, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not quite understanding. Was that a scripted event? Was like, that's always supposed to happen? Or did I do something wrong? I think this game warrants a few more plays. But I probably won't put it on the channel. I'll probably play it to myself, unless you guys want more. How come I have to come down to the creepy mannequin room? Are these closed? Fuck no, they're still open! This is so stupid! Why are those doors still open? Hi, is there a killer in here? Our basement doors are open.
The key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Huh? Wait, the key that I picked up earlier? Or is there another key? Oh. Basement storage. See, the killer came through those doors that are still fucking open, Forrest. And now he's leaving us keys in our freaking...
Hey, Forrest!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom?
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Ooh.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
George Barrow, 1968. That's when this all began for me. Follow the maps, find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait. George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful for it. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
Could really use a flashlight. It's dark as hell down here. So we need to go in here.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death... Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
Oh, I didn't realize I could open this.
This looks useful.
At 4 a.m., a call was received from a jogger, a Miss Sandra Sharp. I was stuck between Sandra and Sandra, reporting that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. I drove out to investigate and was able to identify the body at the scene as that of George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents. They informed me that they have not seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd.
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate moments before death.
Great, flickering lights. I love it.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Quit closing on me. Do we need a... Oh, here. Oop.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased.
This has to be
resulting
important.
in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. That recording. Shut it off.
The deceased is a Caucasian male, age 18. The cause of death is established to be drowning as shown by the signs of asphyxiation. Abrasions were found on the knuckles, likely from getting into fights in the past. Matches with known history of the deceased being aggressive. No other injuries were observed, and from the coroner's opinion, there is no evidence of foul play. Additionally, the preliminary toxicology report indicates the deceased had a high level of alcohol in their blood. It is of the coroner's opinion that the deceased went swimming while intoxicated, resulting in his drowning. Oh. Did he, like, make her put this down?
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the...
I'm a man who stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. That I can. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you. But that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say. That I should say. But my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
What the hell? Peggy is not going to believe this.
I just want to say Maisie Cartwright as Dawn. Huh. Do we get knocked out? Oh, there's more to do. Oh, more. Oh.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What did it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
Probably by
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
the time of the
How did
bruising.
Dawn
Like,
get trapped in a car door after
I don't know.
he died?
Unless he got it when the police
I know
collected
time
his
is a
body.
big factor in
I guess
everything.
someone else must have moved him after he was dead to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going on here?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
I think someone
What
put
do you
him in
mean?
a car.
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is still alive. Once we're done down here, we should give her a call.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the whistling man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people. Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
The plot
Thank
thickens.
God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
It's our job.
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta do it.
You're right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line. Time to turn the music off.
Oh, sorry.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose?
No, it's Forrest.
Plunker, hey, it's the radio man, Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd. So we're hanging out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her. Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
I'd be jumpy too.
I can't blame you. I'd be jumpy too.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought...
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Clive.
Does the name Clive mean anything to you?
Clive? No. I don't know that name. What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier when you called us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
We have evidence.
We found evidence to the contrary.
But
It's true.
And we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
how? I saw him destroy them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them. And we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what
It has to be either the current mayor or
the
the Teddy guy. James Teddy or whatever his name is.
I don't know why
What's his
he
name?
had me do it, but my sister needed me.
Teddy Gallows.
You have to understand. She needed me.
We understand.
It's okay.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
God, I just want this nightmare to end.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia.
You see that, Peggy?
So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details? Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
Alright, but before we go asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it, but something just doesn't add up.
100%. She knows more than she's saying.
I wonder what she's hiding.
We'll hopefully find out soon. Anyway, just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
Alright, calling her now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio.
I like how all these people are still up at like 3 in the morning.
Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who is this?
Hello again, Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16, The Stream. And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
Why were you targeted? No?
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
Oh, you got my number.
Whoa!
But what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest?
Of course. Do you know why the Whistling Man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Are you keeping secrets?
Have you had to keep quiet about anything? Any secrets you've had to keep?
What would I have to keep quiet about?
I don't know. I mean, could be that you've seen something or heard something.
I never saw anything. And even if I did, what would that matter? And it was years ago.
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years ago.
We know.
We know, Sandra.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life. After I found the body in the river, I couldn't lose my studio. Do you understand?
Sure.
Sure. I understand.
When the rent just kept going up, he said he'd stop if I just needed to keep quiet. And everything would be okay.
Who was he?
Sandra? Who was he?
He said if I told everyone I found the kid in the reservoir instead of the river, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great, Forrest.
Well, folks, if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Welcome to 189.16 The
This is a
Scream,
killer.
with me, your host, Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest. I know this is really out of the blue with
Dracula.
everything tonight, but I wondered if you could send a special birthday message to my uncle.
Sure, why not?
You know what? I'd welcome a change of pace. I'd be glad to.
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he never liked his name. But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you would like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my god damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best birthday deals of Putty Packets here at Putty's Pizza. Starting at
You son of a bitch! Stop calling!
Sorry, Forrest. Let's just move on. We've already got another caller on the line.
This is 189.16 The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller. Ponty.
Ponty's Pizza always delivers. Come rain or sleet or whistling man, we'll be there.
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay? Forrest?
I hope the Whistling Man gets in with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry. That was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
That is where I'm going to leave off this episode. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we were supposed to get more info out of Sandra. I don't know. We could have maybe gone a little bit gentler, but I don't know. You never know with these kinds of games. You just never know. Like, if you're too easy, they may not reveal anything. If you're too hard, they won't reveal anything. But Peggy was like, I don't think it would have gone any better, so you did a good job. So, I don't know. We'll see. Interesting. I think... I'm kind of wondering if Teddy Gallows Jr. is behind something. Because since does he own most of the town or half the town, or does his family own half the town? But he seems like he's wealthy enough to buy people off and also threaten people to take away that money if need be. And he would have the most to lose if someone got murdered that's connected to him. Or maybe he did it. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure where this is going. I don't even know if something more sinister is going to happen. So we will have to find out in the next video. But until then, thank you so much for watching. This was Late Night Gaming. If you liked this video and you want to see more, you can click that subscribe button. And while you're down there, please leave a comment. I love hearing your thoughts and opinions on stuff like this. And please go check out all my other videos. I think you'll like them. I'm a little biased because I made them. And of course, I like them. But I hope you do too. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.